Mystique. Welcome to another Wraith guide. This one's going to be for the Crusader, and today we're going to be talking about the Helliquary boss raids. One thing that I've noticed that's happened in the last couple months for me is I'm in a very powerful warband with demon hunters and necromancers and all these super DPS classes, full of really good players too. They min-max, they know how to really play their characters well. They keep stealing all the dust, so I designed a build specifically that I call Raid Dust. This build is all about trying to get those chests on the raid bosses. For our skills, we're going to be going Sacred Fire for your primary, Holy Banner, Condemn, Spinning Shield, and Falling Sword. We're combining some things in this build where we're getting just as many solid single target damaging effects as we possibly can. For your helm, you're going to wear Air Keeper as usual, nothing new there. On the chest, we're using Akarat's Rebuke so that we're going to be primary attacking the entire time. This is going to get buffed quite a lot from the pants, which is the Equise of Scorn. Condemn is going to benefit greatly from the other players in your raid. You're not necessarily applying that many harmful effects, but the way this is worded, the harmful effects only need to be applied from anyone. We're going to be using Falling Sword with the Blade Prison Essence. We're going to be using the Folly of Zakarum, which is going to increase our Holy Banner duration, which sadly is helping your party too. And since we're trying to beat them and take their dust, that's kind of a bummer. I guess you could always kick them out of your party after you enter and try to just be solo. We're going to use the Sinkhole Cross on the offhand, which is going to allow our spinning shields to not only gain a massive damage increase, but also they will have their own affliction, which is movement slow, which will also trigger those pants for Condemn. So we've got a lot of synergy happening here with the build. There's a couple of different ways you can approach sets, but you definitely want to use 4-piece urges so you get your beneficial effect duration for your banner and your Condemn uptime. And then obviously the attack speed, you're doing a lot of primary attacking here. Again, this helps your party, so you're helping your whole raid. So this build's not only just a selfish build, this build also is greatly increasing the power of your raid overall. You can go with two different 2-piece sets here depending on how good your items are. So you can either do the Shell Boss for the primary attack damage at 15% because you're going to be primary attacking the whole time, and that's going to get greatly buffed. You can also use the Grace of the Flagellant 2-piece and get your continual damage buff because you're going to have spinning shields out. Then also your falling sword damage will be increased because that's a continual damage effect. And potentially you could use Banquet of Eyes also if you're running a Seeping Bile, Everlasting Torment, those types of things. Just real quick for your raid role selection, you want to do attacker, get your attack bonuses. You want to go into your ancestral weapons and you want to set your ancestral property to damage. So at this point, if you are still running any invocation items, which I am, I've been clinging to them for dear life because they're so much better than cursed items. That's kind of how you want to approach that. So keep in mind that if you're trying to push the higher tier raids, the highest CR raids, you're going to need to be in your high CR gear. For instance, my warband has cleared every single boss except the very last Hell VIII boss. We call him Old Flat Top. He's like 16,000 plus. So we haven't got him down yet, but we've done everybody else. But in general, the bosses that you have on farm, this is the build that you want to run. And you'll see here, massive damage numbers, just crit. Look at that. That's a 6-second kill right there. And I get a chest of glory. And keep in mind, I'm facing demon hunters, necromancers, wizards that are all putting out so much damage. Now, one thing that I will say about this build, it's very stationary in terms of its approach. You're not running horse, so running around killing ads is a little bit slow. The bosses that move, that have a teleport, you need to keep that in mind before you drop all your shields and you drop your falling sword, because the bosses will move out of those stationary effects. So just keep that in mind. There are a couple of bosses that do have a teleport, so you need to wait for them to teleport and then drop all your skills. But again, you can see here, this is just massive, massive damage. It pretty much guarantees that I'm going to get dust on every boss, which is what I want because I desperately want to upgrade all of my gear to get as many family properties as I can. We're all shooting for level 30 right now, obviously. That's the build. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please subscribe to the channel. That would be great. Thanks, guys. Happy crusading.